When Rich Meets Poor, a comedy sketch. Richard, Paul. Welcome to my humble abode. Please have a seat. Paul, thanks Richard, quite the place you've got here. Richard, well, it's just a little something I whipped up, so, what's new? Paul, not much. Trying to make ends meet, you know how it is. Richard, oh, I remember those days, vaguely. Paul, speaking of which, I heard you bought a new car. Richard, yes, the latest model, it practically drives itself. Paul, wow, my car also drives itself, whenever it wants to. The brakes gave up last week. Richard, you should consider upgrading. Paul, I did. I got new seat covers. Richard, say, have you tried the new restaurant downtown? Exquisite dining. Paul, can't say I have, but I did find a great food truck, best tacos in town. Richard, tacos, how quaint. Paul, hey, don't knock it till you try it. For $5, you get a meal and a story. Richard, speaking of stories, I just returned from a trip to the Maldives. Crystal clear waters, private villas. Paul, sounds dreamy. I just got back from my own exotic trip. Richard, really? Where to? Paul, the laundromat. Machines were all occupied, so I had to improvise. Richard, you always know how to lighten the mood, Paul. Paul, gotta find humor somewhere, especially when your dryer doubles as a clothesline. Richard, you know, despite our differences, I always enjoy our chats. Paul, same here. Reminds me that at the end of the day, we're all just trying to get by. Richard, cheers to that. Paul, cheers.